We are reading some Am I the A-hole? So let's see what we got here. Am I the a-hole for refusing to appear in her apology video? Everyone has their own right to deny wanting to be seen in a video. Everyone has that right, okay? But let's just read it. A week ago, a neighbor, 16, unintentionally scratched my car with her bike. Oh, okay. She immediately stopped, started crying, and called her mother for assistance. Scratch appeared worse than it actually was, and in store, it simply polished away for a small amount. Since it was an accident and a very minor one, I didn't charge the girl or her mom. That's very kind of you. When she apologized, I told her it was alright and advised her to be extra cautious next time, especially around cars. A few days later, her mother wrote that her daughter still feels a bit bad and wishes to offer a more sincere apology. I wrote that everything is good and don't have any problems with them. She said they would only deliver cake as a small act of peace. I agreed and thought that would be sweet. That is very sweet. So, very sweet. Reddit stories, yes. Am I the a-hole Reddit stories? They're basically stories that people post that happen to them, and it's like, am I the a-hole for doing blah blah blah? And we read and we judge them, is what we do. When they arrived, a girl was holding a cake box in her hands, and her mother had a phone. The girl began muttering about taking responsibility and putting things right, but it appeared as though she wanted the earth to engulf her. Then her mom quietly said, "Now give him the cake and ask if he accepts your apology." I looked at her again and asked if this was being filmed. Oh geez, yikes. Her mother said she wanted to make a video as it serves as an excellent illustration of how young people can take responsibility for their actions. She said she could hide my face, but she needed to video me accepting an apology from her daughter. I don't like this at all. This is very gross. This is very icky to me. I took the cake and told the girl everything was okay between us and that I'd already accepted her apology that day. I turned to her mom and said I didn't want to be a part of the video. She started arguing with me, said that I could have just let her finish properly, but in the end, I just went home. Girl mom is upset with me now and doesn't even say hello when she sees me. For the sake of good neighbor relations, perhaps I could have waited 30 seconds. But I don't like how a simple apology was transformed into a scene. Girl seemed really uncomfortable. I was filmed without my permission and might have looked after it was published as someone who demands apologies from kids. Am I the a-hole? Okay. Right off the bat, no. I don't think you are the a-hole because clearly the girl was uncomfortable, and I'll be honest, a lot of the mothers who try to post videos online of like things with their kids, it's just like, don't do that, especially if they don't consent to it, or if they're not old enough to consent to it in the first place or be aware. It can be humiliating. It's really embarrassing. Clearly the little girl was really embarrassed, but you were also standing up for yourself and you didn't want to be a part of the video, and I think that's completely okay. Everyone has the right to deny wanting to be in the video. I think you were completely valid in that. Completely valid. I think you were good. Let me see. One of the comments here, let me switch back. I switched to this so I could switch to another story, but if I wanted to look to see the comments, or Gayer, I hope I'm saying that right, not the asshole, mom made it weird, a cake and apology would be sweet, but filming it with a script for likes ain't. You actually made the right thing. Nice. Yeah, so I agree. I hope I saved that girl from shame. This is OP. I hope I saved that girl from shame. People ready to farm engagement on their kids. Oh no, yeah. That's what I really don't like. That's what I don't like. They're just trying to get views off of their child. And I don't like that at all. It's very gross. It's very icky. I found a good one. Let me switch. Am I the a-hole for joking that my dad gets a perpetual period in front of friends and family? Ooh, brother, this one's gonna be good. I, 19 female, was at a family dinner with my dad, young sister, my older sister who was visiting, and one of my dad's friends, along with his wife and son. At one point, my dad started joking with his friend about how lucky he was to have a son because living with women is apparently so difficult. Be so for real, dude. Come on, okay. Even though both me and my older sister already moved out for college, work, and are barely home now, he started making comments. Oh wait, sorry. Even though I read that weird, sorry, my bad. He started making comments about how women get moody and miserable on their periods and how the whole house atmosphere changes. Man, this guy sucks, dude. Why are you a dad? Not screaming or anything, but he says this kind of stuff pretty often. His friend then said he thanks the Lord every day for that. I don't like this guy. He kinda sucks, dude. His friend laughed immediately and his wife laughed too. Then his wife joked, "Oh, don't laugh, you are like that too." I also pointed out that I honestly don't even think what he says is true. I do sports while on my period, there you go. I was in color guard, okay? Color guard and band. I had to do that while on my period. I still functioned, and it was fine. I hated it, but I had to. My sisters are both pretty chill too, and most of the time when there was tension at home, it was usually him starting arguments and then blaming it on women hormones.
Man, this guy stinks!
Listen, if you're preparing to be a father, don't be like this man. Don't be like this man. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Anyway, after dinner, my dad told me I embarrassed and insulted him in front of his friend. He said it was rude and disrespectful to compare a man to having a period. He also said his friend group takes pride in being masculine/manly, and I made him look weak. Oh, this little boy needs to feel validated. Oh, poor little baby. Oh, you need to be validated. Oh, poor thing. I honestly thought we were all joking around equally, and if he can make jokes about women being impossible because of periods, then I don't see why I can't joke back about him being moody too. You are not the a-hole. I mean, sure, the peacemaker side of me wants to be like, just keep your mouth shut, it's fine, probably don't make jokes, but you guys were all joking, clearly. It was all in joking tones anyway. And if he clearly needed to have someone just talk to him. Here, let me switch. He clearly needed to have someone tell him that it's not everything is because women hormones. He needed to see that he's being very ridiculous, very sexist. Like, I can't even imagine saying that stuff around your wife and daughter. Like, if I was the wife or a daughter of this man, I would feel so embarrassed and I would feel extremely like, wow, my dad thinks of me like this? Like, I can't, I would feel so insecure just for being a female. So, I think he needs to have a good think about the things that he's saying and the way that he's acting around his family. And honestly, I think he got schooled and he deserved it, and you are not the a-hole. Enough said. This looks like a good one. Okay, we're reading this one. Okay, here we go. Haha! Am I the a-hole for refusing to drive my boyfriend to the ER for nonsense? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, strap in. My 30 female boyfriend, 35 male, has been sick with a virus for the last 5 days. We went to the ER a Friday because his headache was unbearable. We got in an argument earlier because he wants to go again for the drug they gave him for his headache, and I really don't see the point. Well, I mean, his head hurts. If it's unbearable, go get him the medicine. A month ago, I had intestinal bleeding and went to the ER, and he didn't even leave work to check on me. He offered to come. I said it's okay. No, you said it was okay. He didn't have to come, so, I wouldn't even be mad about it. Drove myself there like a big girl, dealt with it, and got home. In the last 5 days, I've been nothing but accommodating while I started a new job. We were at ER Friday from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. He was such a babe, complaining that no one was moving fast enough, etc. I packed him a blanket, noise-canceling headphones, eye mask, and ice packs. Oh, I wheeled him around. Wait, like in a wheelchair? He didn't break his legs. Really? didn't break his legs. And honestly, I thought it was excessive. Sure, I can imagine feeling dehydrated when he got intravenous, I think that's how you say it, treatment for him. And they gave him a temporary solution for a headache, which was a drug they told me they give to much older people because it's stronger than morphine. Kept his family updated because they were checking up on him. His results came back fine, CT scan fine, blood fine, result virus. Great, what we already knew. I have work tomorrow and it's my second week at a new job. He wants to go. I said no problem. Let me ask his sister because she was offering and understands that I just started a new job and wants me to also get rest. She doesn't mind. He likes, no, just drive me. Oh, he's like, no, just drive me. Why? I firmly, without yelling, it's a virus, give it time. If you want to go, then your sister can take you. Oh! Oh, are you saying he wants to go back to the ER? It wasn't very clear, but I'm gonna assume that that's what you mean. Why? I firmly, without yelling, it's a virus, give it time. If you want to go, then your sister can take you. He got annoyed and now wants to go on his own. Go on then. 2 times in ER for a flu, whatever. There are obvious improvements. He's keeping food and water down and has been getting sleep. Okay, so it's not like an emergency, like he's dehydrated or not able to eat food. Only reason he wants to go again is to get that drug that gave him temporary relief from a headache, which I feel is excessive. That makes me concerned that this is one of those addictive. I hope he's not doing it just for the drugs. I really hope that is not the case. In all honesty, I don't mind mild tantrums. I don't mind changing ice packs every hour. I don't mind helping get things around that he feels he needs. What was most annoying are 2 things. At ER, he was expecting everyone to adhere to his smallest ailments. Needing an ice pack, I want a bed, I want a warmer blanket, get me another pillow, where's the doctor, why can't they offer me medicine? And like to a child, I had to explain that there are others that have way more serious conditions than the flu. Second, there was my princess treatment when I was at the ER a month ago with bleeding, not even a visit. No one except him even knew I was there and dealt with it. Got my referral, drove my bleeding butt home, slept and went to work the next day. Am I the a-hole for not taking me to the ER the second time? I don't know why they give him such strong things to start. That's what I'm saying. They said it was a thing for much older people. I guess it was just because the pain was really excessive. Shoot, man, I don't know. I hope it's not an addiction thing because that can be really serious. But, I mean, I don't think you're the a-hole. You stood your ground and he's clearly being a baby. Though I am concerned, I hope you got that internal intestinal bleeding figured out because that can be serious for real. So I hope you're okay and I hope you're doing well, OP. But I don't think you're the a-hole. I think he's being absolutely ridiculous. He's being a baby. He's fine. And it will pass. He needs to take a chill pill for real and not... I don't know if we should give him the kind that he is begging for from the ER. That sounds kind of bad. Even if the pain is very strong, they are not given strong things. At most, they are hospitalized for a few hours to a couple days of first, but well, you know. Right. I'm like, you know, it's a flu. You'll be okay. I could understand going to the ER for a flu if you were not able to keep food down, you were extremely dehydrated, your fever was like crazy high or something, like at a dangerous point. Like if you were genuinely nearing, I don't know, things that could cause major harm to you in a way. Otherwise, I feel like you're just wasting hospital resources. There could be other people getting help right now and you're just taking up their time. Absolute ridiculous. Okay, am I the a-hole for not changing student's grade after his mom brought in the real project? Off the bat, based on assumptions, yes. Since you are so young, have you ever been hospitalized? Yes, I have. I have been hospitalized before. I was in a car crash at one point where I had to be in the hospital. I didn't have to stay overnight, thank goodness, but I did have to go to the ER. And then I had a leg surgery at one point where I had to stay for a few days. I am a middle school teacher. 2 weeks ago, we had a final science project on ecosystem models. I asked students to build a simple model and explain how plants, animals, water, and food chains are connected. Main rule was that the project had to be done mostly in class. I wanted to assess the students' understanding, not the knowledge of their parents. Right, because you go home and your parents kind of just do it for you in a little bit of way. I never really was like that as a kid. But I know a lot of kids just have their parents do it. One student turned in a standard shoebox model. Good. It was hurried with handwritten labels, little information, 2 mistakes in the food chain, and a half-page explanation rather than a full page. But it wasn't horrible. I put a B- as he was trying to make it. After I posted the grades online the next 2 days, his mom came to my classroom after school with a huge model in a box. It was a completely different project with fake moss, plastic animals, printed labels, and even a small light. She said this was the real version of the project. Her son hadn't had time to finish at school and asked me to change the grade. No. What do you mean? He already brought one in. Wait, what? I said quietly that I couldn't replace the class project with a new home model after grading. The student was standing nearby and clearly wanted to disappear. Oh, poor guy. Oh no, poor kid. I didn't want to argue with the mom in front of him. I told him he could correct the food chain mistakes and give a short oral explanation for partial credit, because we allow corrections for content errors. I also explained that a B- is still a good mark. It is. And some other students also got it. Then I told the mom that we could discuss the grading policy via email or with the administration, but I wouldn't replace an in-class project with a new version done at home, which I think is completely fair. That clearly wasn't the point of tasks given. I tried to be as polite as possible because the kid was almost all times near us. We didn't come to any conclusion, and she's written to the assistant principal saying that I embarrassed her son and refused to accept his revised work, even though I offered an option. Now I think whether I did the right thing. I want to follow a clear grading policy, and also that such concessions can only be harmful for future students, as I am a teacher, shouldn't make them. Am I the a-hole? Sorry, my nose started getting stuffy. Okay. I do not think you are the a-hole. At first, I thought you might be, based on assumptions, but the fact that he brought in a already done project, and then his mom comes in with just this huge, beautiful, crazy project, it's just let him get the B-. He clearly the first one had to be the real one, because I would understand if he didn't have a project and then brought it in the next day. That'd be different, but I think the mom she obviously made it herself and is obviously just being silly. That would be it just wouldn't be fair to other students either. To the actual students who just did it with the materials they had in class. Meanwhile, this mom's at home using her hot glue gun and all this fake moss she went and bought at the Dollar Tree. The other students didn't have access to that. They were doing it in class. I don't think you were the a-hole at all. And I think this mom is being ridiculous. My nose got so stuffed all of a sudden. Oh my goodness gracious. That reminds me of a friend of a girl who offered to go out with once if she could beat him on next exam. The guy tried so hard that the teacher canceled the exam thinking he was cheating. And he failed for complaining since the teacher was the substitute director at the time. Oh no, that's horrible. Dang, that sucks. Man, I hate that for that's so sad. I feel really bad now. Oh man, maybe he should make that an Am I the A-hole story. Okay, am I the a-hole for humiliating my ex's new girlfriend in front of our friend group? Wait, go back. Am I the a-hole? Wait, hold on. Am I the a-hole for humiliating my ex's new girlfriend in front of our friend group? Your ex is new girlfriend. Wait, what? Why would you have... Oh, gosh. What? Okay, here we go. Posting from my inactive account because I have some friends lurking in my main one. Fair. I, 25 female, 22, wow. I, 22 female, broke up with my boyfriend, 24 male, around 8 months ago. We decided to mutually call it quits and parted on pretty good terms. That's nice. Which is good because we just so happen to share a friend group. Oh, that's good too. Okay, I mean, that's nice and smooth, but I mean, I see after the title that it didn't stay smooth. After a rough patch, I decided to start taking a bit more care of myself. Eating better, going to the gym, slay. Going to therapy, the shift was pretty evident. Good for you. Both in my attitude and the way I look. My friends said I looked much happier and healthier, and I began gaining confidence little by little. Share friend groups always ending bad. I think so too. Now, I'm a huge nerd. Okay, me too. Slay. I play D&D weekly. Love it. I have thousands of hours in Stellaris. Nice. Stellaris. I think I said that right that time. And most relevant to the story, I like to cosplay as a hobby. Oh, fun. Most of my old cosplay involved characters that I don't show their face or body too much. Hornet from Hollow Knight. Yes, Hollow Knight. Mona from Little Nightmares, etc. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Good job, Slay Queen. I love it. I want to see them. I want to see her cosplays. But since I'd been feeling more confident, I decided that for the big con in my city, I'd try something different. A friend convinced me going as Viper and Chamber from Valorant. So for the past 6 months, we've been pouring most of our free time into cosplays. Hold up, we gotta pause and look at, hold on. I need to see what they look like. Oh my gosh, yes! I'll show you in a second. Here, hold on, let me find. Did you do it too? You mean cosplay? I have for cons before. But look at this. Yeah, I like it. I bet she looked so hot. 3 weeks ago, I sent a picture of me wearing the cosplay to a group chat asking for feedback for final details. My ex immediately DM'd me asking to please not wear that cosplay to the con because it might make his new girlfriend uncomfortable. Oh, he thinks you look stunning, babe. He thinks you look absolutely fabulous. You've got him downright jaw dropped to the floor. He's blushing, babe. He thinks you look so sexy. He thinks you look downright bad. Okay, let's see. I asked what about it would make her uncomfortable. It's really him that would be uncomfortable. But he refused to elaborate. Because in reality, look at me. In reality, it is him who feels insecure, knowing he dumped such a beautiful, hot, sexy woman for somebody else. I knew he was dating someone new, but I didn't know she was coming with us to the con. You're having fun, right? Yes, I am. I tried to explain to him this was the work of months and couldn't just throw it all away because a girl I never met felt uncomfortable about it. In the end, I wore it to the con. Good. Wear it. It was a huge success. I tried to keep my distance from a larger chunk of our group because my ex and his new girl were with them. Well, that sucks that you have to keep your distance just because of that. Dang. But we did spend a good part of the day with them. Throughout the whole thing, the new girl kept making snide comments at me and laughing whenever I got asked to pose for pictures. Oh, that's mean! Mean girl! Mean! Everyone looked uncomfortable, but nobody said anything. Why? I would have stood up for you, friend. I would have stood up for you. Be my friend. I'll stand up for you. Let's go to con. I'll be Gwen Stacy like I was last time. After leaving the con to have dinner, though, another friend asked the new girl if she wouldn't try cosplay as well. Sorry, I'm struggling to read so bad. I don't know why. Her answer was, why would I need more attention from guys? I already have a boyfriend. I'm not a slut. That is so rude. What's snide mean? Oh, you get it? Okay, cool. I snapped and told her to stop acting like a pick-me biscuit just because I got attention all day. She started crying immediately. Oh, cry me a river, okay? My ex steps in, asking me to apologize. I'll tell him I'll only do it if she apologizes for the way she's been acting around me all day. More and more, our friends start to join in the screaming match, and it gets so bad we end up getting kicked out of the restaurant. It's been 5 days. My ex is threatening to leave the friend group if I don't apologize. Honestly, I wouldn't care if he did, but some of our friends are asking me to do, so stop asking him from leaving. Should I cave? Am I the a-hole? Okay. So, I don't think you are the a-hole, though I don't think you should have called her the things you did. It probably would have been better just to be like, hey, could you please just stop saying things like that? Like, she did really make a very snide comment, and in a way she kind of deserves it, but, you know, I feel like in the same way, by you saying that, you're being no better than she is. I don't think you're the a-hole. I think she is. You're not the a-hole, though I do think your response probably could have been better. However, if it would be peaceful for you, I mean, I feel like you probably should apologize to her, not just cause, but more so for your own peace. But I mean, if it's not something that bothers you, then I don't see a reason why you should apologize. The only thing I could see you'd have to apologize for if you wanted to was for saying that nasty comment. But I mean, she pretty much made nasty comments the whole time anyway. I don't know. I don't think you have to do that. I think you're fine. I think you are completely fine. I don't see the reason you would need to worry about that. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Not the a-hole. Just not the a-hole. No. Am I the a-hole for telling my aunt and uncle their daughter brought a strange man into my house while she was dog sitting? No. Off the bat. Also, he's laying his head on my shoulder right now. How cute. Yeah, he's so sleepy. I'm very sleepy too, buddy. Okay. I, 31 female, went on an 8-day trip and asked my cousin, 32 female, to dog sit. We grew up very close, but our relationship became strained because of her alcoholism. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. What really pushed me away was when she started taking her infant daughter to parties and getting blackout drunk. That's horrible. Don't be a parent if you're gonna do that stuff. Don't do that. Just use protection. Recently, though, she got a job and seemed to be turning things around, so I started trusting her again. Okay. She lives with her parents and at 32? I mean, okay. I'll be the devil's advocate here. We'll continue. Since her job is close to my house, she loves my dog. She agreed to stay there while I was away. One of my dogs must eat every 8 hours or she gets sick, so I told her to make sure the dogs were fed and had water. The first night, my Ring camera showed her arriving with her daughter. A few hours later, a strange man showed up. He rang the doorbell and angrily yelled, "I've called you 20 times. When she answered, she let him inside, and the next morning he walked out of my house. Oh my goodness. That's so scary to just have someone like that show up. I was upset. I don't want strangers staying in my home, especially around my dogs who don't like men. My cousin also has a boyfriend, so I hated being put in a position where I knew something I didn't want to. Yeah! Oh my gosh. Most importantly, her daughter was there. Right, her daughter, again. My cousin has a history of getting blackout drunk, right? And I saw her bring a case of beer into my house. All I could think was, what if she drank too much, passed out, and left her child alone with a stranger? Oh my gosh, this is all so bad. I texted her that bringing a stranger into my home was a huge breach of trust. She apologized and promised it wouldn't happen again. The rest of the week, I know she was gone for 15 hours at a time, so I knew the dogs weren't being fed every 8 hours. Then she left Friday around 6 p.m. and didn't return until Saturday or 4 p.m.? Oh my gosh, this is horrible in every way. This makes me so sick to my stomach. My text went unanswered, and I had to find someone else to check on my dogs. When my friend arrived, the water bowls were empty. When my cousin showed up, I told her I had arranged alternate care and she could leave the key. The next day, my aunt and uncle started calling me ungrateful after hearing my cousin's version of the events. Oh, so she went and complained to her. Oh, well, okay, so mature. Wow. Okay. They said I treated her badly and kicked her out. At that point, I defended myself. Good. I explained that she brought a strange man into my house overnight, neglected my dogs, and was now portraying herself as the victim. I also sent them ring videos. Good! There you go, evidence. Showing him arriving and leaving. My cousin was furious and said I was a horrible person for telling her parents that I'd end up alone because of my personality. I replied that repeatedly disrespecting the people who care about her was more likely to leave her alone. I only told them after they started attacking me based on their versions of events. If she knew what she was doing was wrong and didn't want her parents finding out, then she shouldn't have done it in the first place. Yeah, no kidding. No freaking kidding. That is insane. I could never imagine doing that. Oh my gosh. I hope she gets her justice. It's pretty clear who's the a-hole here. You are not the a-hole. That is insane. Genuinely insane. I am so sorry that happened to you and you had to be put in that position. That'll be it for today's stream. Yeah. And for the video, because I split this into 2 videos, because I'm cool like that. Time to rest for real. I'm starting to get sleepy, and I am not feeling well. I don't know why, but my nose is stuffy, and I feel like I need to hydrate or something. I don't know. I'm gonna take a warm bath and hope I feel better. Anyway, thank you guys so much for coming, whether you were here live or whether you were here as a VOD viewer. Just know I love and appreciate you all so very much. And just remember, God loves you, and I hope you all have a great rest of your evening. Thank you all so much for coming to the stream and for chatting. Thank you for helping it be a little more lively in here. Just know I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Thank you, buddy. You're a good egg. And you want to say bye? You want to say bye, you sleepy puppy? No, he's too tired. He's too tired. Alright, see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye!